Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. It's been a minute since we've done a 8 o'clock show, bro. It's been
a minute since we've been live first thing in the morning.
Yeah, top of the morning. What a way to start Friday the 13th, huh? On a good Friday morning.
Oh,
yeah, See, talking a little women's basketball, talking a little Unrivaled today with my guy Martin Soaries, aka the Shawn Michaels of the Protect Our Queens duo. How you feeling, bro?
Just one question, Marcus.
Yeah, what's up?
Are you ready?
Am I?
No. I can't do the whole bit. I can't do that's too much energy. First thing in the morning. Just I wanted to prove to you last time you challenged me if I knew the DX intro. I'm to the thousands in attendance.
To the millions
watching around the world. Come on, I know it. Come on now. I know it.
Let's get ready to sing it.
Come on now. You know I know it. That's crazy. I guess I really am the HBK of Protect Our Queens. I'll take it, man. Sweet chin music. That was one of my favorites. One of my favorite finishers.
Me and my friends, we played the WWE video game, and from time to time, and we there's three of us, and we run triple threat matches, and so we play until like the first to win 3, and we'll be going. I might pick, but then they always groan whenever I pick HBK because they know what's coming. They know what's coming. You just get them from anywhere. It's great. You just get them from anywhere. It's lovely.
It's probably one of the worst finishers to like have done on you too. It's like 100%. Sickening. You get like this.
You're never safe from it
to the face. Never.
Face.
Yeah. Few things I like doing better than when I'm up this early in the morning. God, I almost have PTSD from my God-forsaken college career, waking up at 6 a.m. practices just to run. Like, I mean, college basketball might be overrated. Not that I'm thinking about it. I'm like, man, it's like a military life, getting up at godforsaken hours just to run and do other weird stuff that whatever your coach thinks of you to do. But one of the few things I like getting up this early to do is basketball, even if it's running and running plays and all that. But even better is to get up and talk some women's basketball first thing in the morning live on Protect Our Queens. So this is when I feel good in the morning. Once I'm up.
Oh yeah, bro. We are up. Look, before we get into the Unrivaled stuff, there are two things that we do need to talk about. There are two things you talk about. The first of which is excuse me, Asia Wilson apparently it's being rumored that the Golden State Valkyries, the newest expansion team as of last year to the WNBA, are going to target Asia Wilson in this year's free agency this offseason because she is a free agent, in hopes of bringing her and her boyfriend Bam Adebayo, who the Warriors have been targeting for a little bit now, to Golden State to be the new faces of Golden State basketball. And I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, Joe Lacob, F you, okay? Okay. I understand, right? He made us a promise. I will give him credit. He did make us a promise. He did say in the introductory press conference that the Valkyries are going to win a championship in the first 5 years of their existence. He did say that. However, you keep your grubby hands off my goat, okay? You go get someone else to be the face of Golden State Valkyries basketball. In fact, Veronica Burton is a great face of Golden State basketball. I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I don't just stick with Veronica Burton and just build around Veronica Burton.
Oh, come on.
And Kate Martin and Kayla Thornton and all these. No. You keep your grubby fingers off my goat. She is happy in Vegas. She loves Vegas. And there is not a dollar you can give her to draw her away from Vegas. Because one thing I will tell you, that boy Mark Davis.
That's true. He's different.
Go find that money.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. He's gonna do what it takes. That's a good point. He's not just letting her go. I mean, if he's gonna swing the bag. I mean, I think this was just an interesting story. I know someone I think it was an NBA reporter who put this out as like a story. I don't know if it came from a source or just insight, as far as like, I think it's more on the Warrior side of like, oh, they're gonna be interested in Bam. Would make sense that the Valkyries could be interested in Asia if the timing lines up. If she's going to be a free agent, right? She could be available. I guess this would put you in a spot where many NBA fans have been put with their favorite players. Like, do you consider yourself more of an Aces fan or more of an Asia fan? Like if Asia were to leave Vegas and go somewhere, would you feel more like you just want to follow Asia, become a fan of that team, or would you like stay loyal?
That's actually a good question because I've only ever been fans of teams that Asia Wilson's played on because she's the reason. That's good. No, I think I've grown a strong affinity and connection for like the Aces, right? Like I think that it started off as me. I'm an Aces fan because I'm an Asia Wilson fan, but then Jackie Young comes to the fold, Kelsey Plum gets to the fold. You bring in Chelsea Gray. Like I think I'm locked in as an Aces fan. However, I am not ashamed to admit if for some reason Asia Wilson is to leave the Aces to go somewhere else, I will buy that jersey and I would support that team as long as they don't. It's the same with the Mystics. Like I'm a Mystics fan unless they're playing the Aces. If the Mystics are playing any other teams in the WNBA, they have my vote. They have my support. You know this. I love them, right? So that's a good question though. I don't think I would abandon the Aces for Asia Wilson, but I would definitely like as long as she doesn't go to Minnesota or New York, I would be a fan of that team until they step foot on the court with the Aces. But yeah, I think that is an interesting. I mean, like I'm a Rockets fan because of KD, but like I'm not like a Rockets fan necessarily. Like I like the Nets when just because I love KD. KD's my
you support the player, yeah.
So I think, but I think with this, I don't think it's quite the same, just because I have like we're talking almost 10 years now that it's been 7 years that I've been on this kind of Aces thing. So I've suffered with them. I've grown with them. I've celebrated with them, as you've seen as you will see in the intro. If you've never seen it before, you will see. So yeah, no, I don't think I'll leave the Aces, but I'll definitely like, as long as it's not the Lynx, the Liberty, or even like the Mercury.
I think it's fair to say she won't be going to one of the top 3 teams in the league. Well, I'm sure you could project she'd be.
My other favorite player did it, so who knows? Anyway, who knows?
Well, he's built a little different. He did a whole television special about it, so I wouldn't compare. I do think Asia is, based on what she says and tells us, she seems happy in Vegas, and they're obviously happy with her. So to your point, Mark Davis ain't just gonna let her walk out without making a significant offer to keep.
And as we've always said too, I feel like honestly, the only way Asia Wilson leaves Vegas is to go to Atlanta. I feel like. I think that's
a popular option. Yeah, that's definitely a popular option. The city itself, Alicia Gray is her best friend, so those are the connections that people make. I mean, I don't just looking at this, like I do think it's one of those like kind of pipe dream, kind of concocted kind of scenarios where it's like, oh, that could happen. Oh, I know we've had some conversations about couples here on the show and how that affects certain basketball circumstances. This is one where I do wonder if their relationship might dictate, not completely dictate, but at least influence what they do with their basketball careers and where they play. Like if it lines up that way, I wonder if, and again, just more big picture macro kind of concept here. Like they are the new, I don't even know if it's new or who was it before, but like they're the face of love and basketball right now. Basketball power couple. Like I think they're not that they're the only one, but they're at the highest level of like basketball power couple. So again, I just wonder if they might want to capitalize on that a little bit more by playing in the same city. If it lines up that way, right? Like when I look at it, I'm just like, man, that would be pretty cool basketball wise.
If they're going to end up working in the same city, it's going to be Bam Adebayo going to play for the new Las Vegas team that's going to the NBA apparently as soon as next year.
There you go. It could work out that way.
That I have no problem with. As long as she doesn't leave Vegas, I have no problem with that. In other news, something that we have talked about a little bit on the show, did an entire episode on it actually. We have our World Cup rosters revealed. And take a look at this. We got Aaliyah Boston, Paige Becker, Sonia Citron, Caitlin Clark, Kalia Copper, Chelsea Gray, Dearica Hamby, Ryan Howard, Kiki Iriafin, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, and Jackie Young. Now, this roster, I feel like, thinking back to like the episode, is pretty much on par with kind of what we predicted almost. I feel like there might be one or two names on here that weren't on one of the 2 rosters that we made, but this is, this is about what we expected. I saw someone in the comments of this on Instagram say that like there are certain players, I know for sure that they named Aaliyah Boston, that need to like earn their spot onto the Olympic roster, because they were talking about like how like, Fee and Stewie and Asia and AT, assuming they're all going to be there by 2028, will be on that team, and kind of talk like what players on this roster need to like earn their way. I don't know why Aaliyah Boston would be a name as someone who needs to earn her way to 2028. Like I feel like she has already earned that, and especially over the next 2 years, if it's not solidified now, it will be. I mean, this is an all-star, one of the best players at her position in the league, one of the best players in the league overall right now, playing on one of the most popular teams. Like I don't like, I guess I get it from the stand of like, if you're thinking about it from a standpoint of just like notoriety, but even then, like, this is Aaliyah Boston we're talking about. Like, she is a former number 1 overall pick, national champion. Like,
but yeah.
I don't. Maybe there's something about Aaliyah Boston that I'm missing, but I don't see how she would be one that needs to earn her way onto the Olympic roster.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think the names that you mentioned, right? Most of them, I think they're all forwards. So I think that's the main thing to consider, is that like, will there be room for her if we have Asia? If we have, no, I think so too. But I think it's worth it to at least think about. It's like, is there actually room realistically when we add those three forwards that we're assuming will be on the team?
Yeah,
right. Like, do we, again, I think there's room for her, but then, you got to knock off someone off. Maybe De'Erica Hamby ends up getting knocked off. Like, if I had to choose between, and it depends on how they're wanting to play, right? That factors in as well. I think the most interesting thing about this roster is that Aaliyah Boston is our main big. I mean, there's 3 bigs listed here: Aaliyah Boston, De'Erica Hamby, and Angel Reese.
And Kiki.
Kiki as well. Thank you. This is mostly a small guard run and gun team, the way I'm looking at it. And that's what's going to be interesting about seeing this roster. Now, the qualifying tournament is in March. The actual World Cup games are later in September, I believe, but the qualifying tournament games are in March. And a little birdie on Twitter informed me and everyone else, March 17th, we play against Spain. And you know what that means? We get to see our fam straight up, live and direct, against some of our best young talent. I mean, that's what I want to see.
That game is, I will say, that game is either going to be my greatest moment of vindication or my greatest moment of embarrassment. If our fam lays an egg in that game, I might need to go in hiding somewhere with how much I have talked about our fam need to be drafted by the way. Like, if she doesn't play, because I know they're going to come from you. She doesn't play well in that game. I know they are. So I'm going to start a prayer circle on Threads so that we can make sure. I want us to win, but I need our fam to look good so that I don't look like a fool, like the town idiot. But whatever.
I don't know if it's necessarily you. I mean, I think our guest Ziggy from Women's Hoops Masterclass a few weeks ago, who gave us a more in-depth insight on why he's watched our fam a lot more than either of us and most people, and he's the one who really vouched for our fam is worthy as being the number 1 pick. So if they should come for anyone, it's really him. You have vouched for Dallas going with a big. I don't know if I've heard you all out specifically defend and say our fam, not AZ Fudd. You've been more now. Part of your initial argument about big was you included Lauren Betts in there, and nothing against Lauren Betts, but I think it's safe to say it's probably not going to be Lauren Betts as the number 1 pick as of right now. Maybe not, but I don't know. I don't think
there's enough time in the season between regular season, conference tournament, and March Madness for her to make up the gap that has been created between her and.
Well, I disagree. I think March, a lot can change in March. A lot can change.
I mean, I think a lot can change. I just think between the way AZ's playing, I don't think she will. Like, AZ's not going to fall off a cliff. The people, like, we're gonna see more from Awa, like, as we get closer to the draft. And Lauren, like,
to your point, what we see from her has to be special.
It has to be special, right?
So
but I would say Awa not being special wouldn't turn into Lauren going number 1. That would turn into
not automatically. I mean, if she's not special and Lauren would have, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's time for people to change projections and trajectories. Like, there's basketball still to be played. We still have to see more of Awa. Lauren Betts still has a chance in March to show more of like why she maybe should be the number 1 pick. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think you got to worry about that too much, bro. I don't think you're out here really talking. I don't know. I wouldn't say you're like the number one Awa fam
I don't know, bro.
advocate out here.
They've called me an AZ hater, a Page hater, a Wings hater, a Yukon hater.
That's
I don't
just
know,
because
bro.
you said pick a big over AZ Fudd. It's not about Awa fam in particular. It's because you said take a big over AZ Fudd.
All right,
that's why.
Let's have some fun. We are about to jump into Unrivaled 1-on-1. Round 1 of the 1-on-1s was on Wednesday. We got some great matchups, and we have even better matchups shaping up for tonight. So we're about to hit this intro and get right into it.
Protect our queens.
Do you practice this? Was this spur of the moment?
They put the ether beat on this.
I started paying attention to women's basketball in a way that I never had before.
In and out, crossover, she has all that in her bag.
I just think that Paige is more well-rounded on both sides of the ball.
It's all about her feel for the game, bro.
All of these girls seem like a WA guy that got a turnaround fade in the paint.
We don't need 7 games. We didn't need 6 games. We didn't need 5 games. 4.
4 games, Joe Lacob. 4 games.
All it took. Hey, if you're here watching live, join the conversation live in the comments. Let us know your takes, your thoughts. Appreciate you being here watching live. If you're on the playback, drop a comment as we get into this conversation. We're talking about Unrivaled 1-on-1. The big question is who looks the most unstoppable? And we got some other questions and notes to get into here, but that's the big question here. Who is looking the most unstoppable? It's only been 1 round so far, but we got some good action. We got some great matchups to look ahead to. Let us know in the comments who you're liking so far.
Bro, Veronica Burton might have herself an Aaliyah Edwards run this year.
Ooh.
I really think so.
As a guard? You think so?
Bro, now Kelsey Mitchell and Courtney Williams are not the same player. Like, obviously, I know this. But blanking Courtney Williams is a big deal to me. I think that's a big deal to me. And now this one more so than any other matchup, I think in the rounds we're going to see is going to be determined by like who gets ball first. Because we saw Kelsey Mitchell go on a strong like 9-0 run herself or something like that before.
Yeah, it was against Rachel Bannum.
It was against Rachel Bannum, right? So like how shout out Rachel Bannum, but like how whatever. But
she doesn't have the speed. I mean, 8 of those points were her just going was drive by, drive left, just first step drive layup like that. Literally,
I didn't think that. I thought Veronica would win. I didn't think she would just blank Courtney Williams like that.
I didn't, but I'm not gonna lie. Like that stuff doesn't surprise me. Like it just doesn't. Veronica Burton is that good. She's bigger. She's stronger. To your point, I think Courtney got ball first, if I'm not mistaken. If I remember right, I think she chose to shoot. Oh no, she chose to shoot, and I think Courtney missed. I think Veronica.
Yeah, she chose to shoot and she missed, and Veronica got ball first. Yeah.
Listen, this 1-on-1 thing is all about it was about a few things like stamina, strength, length. The array of shots that you can make, right? Like as we get into these games and these matchups, like even some of the most impressive, like opening round games from people like Arike against Brittany Sykes. She made an array of different shots. You need a 3-ball, you need a fader. You obviously need like the strength to take bump and maybe get to the basket, but you don't see a lot of straight line drives out there unless it's Kelsey Mitchell against Rachel Bannum. Like, unless the speed discrepancy is just that great. You don't see a lot of just straight line drives. Like you got to be able to take bump, spin off, hit a fader, right? So the array of shots starts to become really important. It's why 1-on-1 is the ultimate skill set. I played a lot of 1-on-1 games in my life, Marcus, and it's a war zone. Like it's just you and the other person. So I love this format too. I'm used to playing 1-on-1 3 dribble limit, but what they do is just as good with the 11-second shot clock. Because when you check up at half court, right? That's where Dom Malunga got hung up a lot against Aaliyah Edwards, which I told you Dom was gonna give people problems, whoever it was.
I underestimated Dom.
Athletically. I said, I know she's not polished, but athletically, she's gonna give whoever her matchup is a problem. But her problem offensively is that when she gets to that half court, she don't have a bunch of dribble moves to get her off. She picked up her dribble at the 3-point line like 3 times and just had to heave something up. And she still only lost by like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I told you that thing, Dom was going to give people problems, but you've got to be able to get, so like Arike looked the most impressive. But yeah, I say that to say like the Veronica Burton thing, I do think she's emerged as like a sleeper here because even
Yeah.
against Kelsey Mitchell, like again, that's not Rachel Bannett. Veronica Burton is quick enough. She's strong enough. She's little like she's got a little size on Kelsey Mitchell, like she did on Courtney Williams. So that's gonna be a heavy matchup right there. And she can shoot it. Veronica Burton is a shot maker.
Yeah,
So like she's got everything she needs.
Hey,
to
but
be
Kelsey
tough.
Kelsey Mitchell had that, bro. I thought you was like, wow, she got
Yeah.
that choppy on her today. It
Yeah.
was just
No, it's shifty, it's quick, but that matchup is gonna be like that. That's gonna be a tough matchup.
We also have Kelsey Mitchell, or not Kelsey Mitchell, Kelsey Plum versus Natisha Heidemann. We didn't get to see this. This is supposed to be a first round matchup, but due to Skylar Diggins and Jordan Canada being unable to play, they just got automatically moved into the second round. This one I feel like could be a lot more interesting than maybe it seems like on paper, because we've seen like a little bit of Natisha Heidemann as far as like what she is able to do as a ball handler, like her quickness, her ability to kind of finish through contact, things. We don't see a lot of her because she is like, you know, she comes off the bench with Minnesota. She's on Hive, I think, and Hive, you know, they've kind of had like ups and downs this season. They're starting to put something together that last. So that's been interesting to see. But I think could be one of those games that maybe is a little bit more maybe competitive, just off the nature of just, like these are two dogs, like so it's going to be physical. I do think Kelsey Plum is going to win, but I'm interested to see how this goes. I think Natisha Heidemann could get a couple off on Kelsey Plum and make it a little bit interesting. I don't know.
I do think so. We're going to use a different word than dogs, by the way. Just disclaimer: we don't as males, we don't use the word dog to describe females. It's all right. It's all right. Dwayne Marcus, he's young. He's 22. We give him passes sometimes. But they are competitors. They do get after it. So I hear your point there. Obviously Kelsey is a lot more of a scoring threat. So I think, you know, she's the favorite in that matchup, but Natisha does compete. She is quick. Kelsey is not, you know, the greatest or most imposing defender. So Natisha's quickness could play a factor there. That could be a little more competitive than people think. That if it's a Kelsey versus Kelsey final, I think that's what I want to see most.
That'll be interesting.
Kelsey versus Kelsey final. That's a bucket. That's bucket on bucket crime right there. I want to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
And two lefties, by the way. Both lefties.
That's right. That's cool. Right. Two lefties. Cool. Let's move into Pod B. I am so excited for this. Well, Paige and Enrique. Yeah, oh my!
We said like this is the pod. I mean, I think we have a clip here we're gonna play of me literally saying like, this is the gauntlet pod. This is the one that gets you ready for the big one. Yeah. I mean, we really got Paige versus Enrique, bro.
I love this. Oh my gosh, I love this.
So the one thing I'll say about this matchup, Marcus. And I even have a similar thought on the other side, but like just in general, like, and I don't know how, I think this could play a factor in terms of like, because we talk about this with like even in games and playoff series, like your previous matchup, it's what I'm saying about this pod. Like your previous matchup hopefully gets you a little ready for, like, you don't want like a cake, like not that Kate Martin was a cakewalk for Paige.
Sure.
But
comparatively,
I don't know if that's gonna get. I don't know if that now Paige is gonna be ready to play. She knows how to adjust her level of play for whoever her matchup is, right? Sure. But Enrique going up against Brittany Sykes first round, even though she kind of won that kind of easily, I thought that would be a better game. But Brittany Sykes just never really got anything going offensively, and Enrique was just again the array of shots. I think Enrique and Aaliyah Edwards showed the most versatility in terms of array of shots in the one-on-one. Enrique, man.
Did Enrique even take a three in her one-on-one?
I was trying to remember. I thought she made one. I can't remember
exactly.
Like
every time, I feel like everything was like
she was right.
A drive or like get a foot in the paint with a fade or something. Like I didn't. Right? I which is different from last year because last year I felt like she was taking more
the step backs,
threes and the step backs and like the long twos. I didn't think she was going to go at Brittany Sykes that way.
Yeah, right.
Maybe,
I agree.
Maybe that's like a lesson learned thing. Like maybe I need to get down just matchup wise or something. So
maybe
that was another surprising one. Like she went on a 9-0 run before Brittany Sykes even scored. Like and I was like, geez. And
yeah. So I think, I don't know. I think Enrique's in a mode where she's going to give Paige a hard time. And listen, Paige wasn't like scoring completely easily on Kate Martin either. And I don't consider Enrique like, too high level of a, lockdown defender or anything, but just in terms of her quickness and her strength and her experience. Now, Paige has the size and the length to shoot over her, right? But she's going to have to get the spots. Arike's going to make that tough for Paige on both ends. Like, Paige is going to have to guard her, and Arike's going to make it tough for her offensively.
Yeah. I love how Pod B is just two guards who are on the same team getting to go at each other.
True.
You got Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray on the bottom. And this one's gonna be really, really interesting, I think. Because I liked the way Chelsea Gray came out against Natasha Cloud. I know it got a little shaky there for a little bit when Tosh got some offense going, and so Chelsea Gray kind of resorted to just putting some threes up, and she knocked them down. Like, she was not,
row.
Yeah,
3 in a row to win the game.
But I wonder, she's not going to be able to will herself to the basket the way that she was with Natasha Cloud, just because Jackie Young is just bigger and stronger than Natasha is. But I'm just interested to see, I think Chelsea Gray can win this one, because I think she has. It's not even that I think she has more of a bag necessarily than Jackie, because you and I talk about how sometimes Jackie doesn't really use all of the things in her bag as much as we feel like she's I don't even think it's a matter of just a bag thing. I just think Chelsea Gray, kind of like what you were saying, Chelsea coming off of a one-on-one with Tosh that was was tough. She knows Jackie's going to be tougher, so she's going to kind of kick it up a little bit more. Jackie Young had Isaiah James, and that was
yeah.
It was good for what it was. Shout out to Isaiah James, because she was not originally on the bracket, so she took that last minute. She hadn't. I don't think she's only played in 1 or 2 games of Unrivaled. This she wasn't. It's shout out to her for even taking that matchup against Jackie Young and kind of doing how she did. But I just kind of like what you were saying about Paige and Kate Martin. Not to disrespect Isaiah James, but Chelsea Gray is clearly the more quote unquote battle tested one going into this one compared to Jackie. And I just wonder if that's going to play a factor at all. Plus, Jackie talked about how she's got something going on with her back. She had the finger thing.
Right.
It's like,
does she care that much? I feel like that's just always the question with Jackie Young. Does she even care about this enough to make it a thing? I wonder if she has any incentive to, I don't know. I don't know how this plays out, because I don't know if she's more on those sides. Because Chelsea Gray she does have a deeper bag. She is more of a one-on-one player. She does have more of an array of shots in the one-on-one setting, like I said. So this format does favor her style of play. I just wonder if Jackie cares enough to either, because again, they're teammates, they're friends, they're sisters. Yeah. So does Jackie want to create more competitive family thing where it's yo, I'm actually going to try to take this from you? Or does she kind of just she's going to play hard, but she might just concede and be this is really your thing. This is your arena. You care about this more. People want to see you more in this, right? So I don't know. I feel like this could be a wash depending on the mentality from Jackie Young. But man, that final, if we get, honestly, I'm good with any combination of final.
Paige, Paige.
I'm good with any combination of final.
I'd actually really like to see Arike versus Jackie Young.
I would really like to see Arike versus Chelsea Gray.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Bag on bag. That is bag on bag, right?
No, that would be a good one.
Quickness, shiftiness, off the dribble. That is, oh my God, the amount of moves and shot making in that one-on-one would be ridiculous.
I just want to see the teammate thing continue and just get the 2 former Notre Dame players going up against each other and just see how that goes. Let's move into Pod C. Alicia Gray and Sanaya Rivers, just like Kelsey Plum and Natisha Hydeman, another one of those matchups that, due to what's happening with Kalia Copper and Rickea Jackson, just kind of got shifted into that second round. This one I'm excited for, though. This one I'm excited for. I think this is a good good
matchup for Alicia Gray.
You think so? I think this is a good matchup of just.
When I say that, I mean this is a good test for her. This is a good way to open her up with someone who is one of the best athletes in the league.
Yeah.
Right. So and Sanaya Rivers, you gotta guard her too. She's got a quick trigger on her shot. She can hit shots. She could be a sleeper here for sure. And she's gonna test Alicia Gray.
She is. Then you have Sonia Citron and Ray Burrell. Sonia Citron, I am not
so impressive.
I would just like to remind the people that when we were previewing the one-on-one tournament, when we had Treese on the show, DJ Treese on the show last week, I did say that I, number one, had Sonia Citron ranked higher in my fan vote of the pod than Marina Mabrey, and two, thought Sonia Citron would be a sleeper in this whole thing just because of her abilities as a 3-level scorer, her abilities as a defender as well. And she looked good against Marina Mabrey and against Ray Burrell, who looked good against Ryan Howard. I like Sonia Citron in this one too. I think for all the same reason. I do think this would be a little bit tougher for Sonia, just from like the size of Ray and like her length. So like that will cause Sonia some problems. But I just think, again, going back to your point about the array of shots and just the offensive bag, I do think Sonia does have the advantage there. And I think Ray is going to have, I don't think she's going to have trouble staying in front of Sonia, because Sonia is not like a super quick guard, and she's not necessarily like, you know, very, very athletic. So like we don't need to, you know, but I do think Ray is going to have trouble deciding whether to like fall back or push up because of what Sonia is able to do in that mid-range area, which just like her ball handling ability. She does have the step back a little bit, and like she pulled one out, and I think that was what won her the game against Marina Mabrey, was like the step back. So it'll be an interesting like match of wits, I think. But this is a really good one. This is going to be another one I think is probably going to be a little bit better than what people are expecting, because it's two players who were lower seeded and are still like kind of, you know, Sonia was a rookie last season. Ray Burrell, we know what she does, but she kind of really raised her stock last year at Unrivaled. I think she's going to do more of that still this year. So this one I think is going to be a lot better than maybe people are anticipating, but I do think Sonia's going to win this one.
I think that's a great matchup. I think you mentioned it. I think the theme is their length. I think they're going to have a hard time stopping or containing each other. Like, I think they're kind of similar in nature. I think Sony's maybe a little bit better of a shooter, but Ray Burrell can turn that corner. The way she was finishing in that first game, like she can get around you. She uses her length to do things. So she's tough. That's going to be a tough matchup. I'm impressed with Sony and how she bucked up against Money Mabrey. Like that was a game that, like, if you're going to beat Marina Mabrey one-on-one, you got to beat her. And Sonia had to beat her. Like, that was impressive. You know, Treese was on when we had Treese on last week. She mentioned like she thought maybe the lights would be too bright for Sony. Even her temperament, like she's so, you know,
such a
quiet and humble and calm, right?
Yeah.
And it's like in this setting, you gotta go grown woman on some folks. You gotta buck up and get a little nasty. So I was really impressed that she could take out Marina in the first round. So that should give her a lot of confidence going forward. But that's going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah. Let me get into the pod D, into the bigs. Stewie and Aaliyah Boston, bro.
Stewie's my new sleeper, man, in this whole thing.
Really?
Stewie's my new sleeper. She looked good. I know it's Leah Rue in the first round, but
shout out to Leah Rue.
Well.
Leah Rue showed me a couple things in that one-on-one.
She can hoop. Well, how many times to say it? She can hoop.
She
can hoop. Like, she can hoop. And just the funniest matchup too, because they're both smiling through the whole thing.
They're both like congratulating each other.
Isn't this so much fun? Like, who cares who wins? We're just like. But even that, I feel like that was a nice warm up for Stewie, because Stewie don't need to get banged up and beat up too much, right? Like, it's her league. She's one of the older players, right? Like, give Stewie a little light opening round. But again, Stewie looked good, man. She's moving well. She's going off the dribble. We know she can hit the three. Her length and her defense. I think Stewie's set up to be. I think she's my new sleeper in this thing now, because she just how she's moving. She's moving really well.
I agree. She does. She is moving a little better than even I think we saw her moving like in the season last year. They had said
during the broadcast during the game that she said she feels better than she felt last year. This time, she said she just feels a lot healthier, and you could tell she was moving really well out there.
But this one's going to be interesting. I mean, I do think. My only concern for Aaliyah, and we kind of saw a little bit of this in the De'Erica Shakira matchup, is how much Aaliyah is going to be able to be a threat from the perimeter, and even like from the mid. Like, she's going to have, like, this is going to be a real test of really what is in Aaliyah Boston's bag outside of just the post moves on the block and then like the mid-range shooting and the footwork and things of that nature, because Stewie, not saying Stewie's just going to give her open looks from deep, but like there might be one or two times where she might just be on the 3-point line and Stewie just might back off her and just say like, show me you can do it before I start, exerting energy toward trying to stop you there. And I think that's probably going to be the difference because we know Breonna Stewart can get it from anywhere on the floor. And when you talk about like the fatigue, I mean, again, going back to the De'Arica Hamby Shakira Austin matchup, that one I think was the longest one of the entire first round, and they looked fatigued. Like you can see like the shot selection eventually, like they were just kind of putting them up, because they were just tired. So, like,
these are the bigs. Like these are the bigs. So
and
it's a lot.
Can tire out Aaliyah Boston. That would work to her advantage again because she has a lot more range of motion and can do a little bit more from different areas on the floor. But I do still think this is going to be an interesting one because Stewie's not going to be able to drive on Aaliyah as easily as she was against Leah Rue. So like even for Stewie on that side of it, it's like, okay, how are you going to plan on? Now we know that she can, right? But like, how are you going to plan on getting yours? Are you going to try to kind of play Aaliyah Boston's game and kind of try to get a little bit dirty down low to kind of get some, or are you going to stick out in the mid range and the 3-point area and kind of do it that way?
I think
this one is going to be an interesting matchup because they're both going to try to beat the other in the opposite way, which is going to
exactly. Yeah. And that's why like Stewie, I think we're getting a Stewie and Aaliyah final in this pod, which I think is great based on what happened last year. I think Stewie needs to work on getting her lick back. I think they're the two most versatile. I think the shot array again, like, because this is the big. So like everyone's got length, everyone's got size. So now the separator is who can do stuff off the dribble, maybe hit 1 or 2 threes, create. Like I do think Stewie is going to look to, like, I could see Stewie getting 2 or 3 pull-up jump shots off on Aaliyah that she just can't, she can't go, like she's not going to be able to get to it. Right. But that's largely dependent on Stewie's first step, which again, I think she's looking pretty sharp and crisp. So I think she will go at Aaliyah downhill, get a couple of clean pull-ups off, and she's hitting those. I think that's to her advantage. Aaliyah's, I don't want to say all Aaliyah can do, but she's going to be backing her down. Like she's going to use her dribbles to try to back down, get into the paint, up fake, pivot, up and under. Like that's going to be her bag. So I just think I think we're looking at Stewie and Aaliyah, man. I think those are the two most versatile players in this pod.
Don't you dare dismiss curly-headed Kira, bro. That's all.
Not at all. Not at all. I just think Aaliyah Edwards, to me, in that opening round, looked the most unstoppable. She did, based on her matchup. And the way she handled it, and based on the array of shots that she had to make in order to win that matchup. I don't think she had to make a 3, but she had to hit a fader. She had to get physical, bump. She had to go, figure out the most athletic, the longest defender in Dom Malunga. So Aaliyah Edwards, man, I'm just like, this one-on-one, she really is like she's proving that she really is like that in one-on-one.
No, absolutely. Like, my only thing is, you're right about like there is the length. This is the bigs, right? So you do have the length and all that stuff. But Shakira Austin does, like kind of like how we talking about like with Paige and Enrique, like Shakira Austin can rise up and shoot over Aaliyah Edwards. And I think for Shakira, even though she does not have a wide range of like her offensive back, like she's not doing the bump fade and the leaners and all that stuff. Like her shooting wise, her offensive bag is still very, very, like she's still building it out, which is fine. But I do think what could get her a win against Aaliyah Edwards is her ability to shoot over Aaliyah. Like Aaliyah's not just, it's not going to be as easy for Aaliyah to get shots over Shakira than it is for Shakira to get shots over Aaliyah. And also too, I just think Shakira Austin has done such a much better job with her handle. Like where again, like she's not, Aaliyah's quicker than her, but like she could be able to get 1 or 2 like finishes through contact that way to kind of pump herself up. And I think that could be the difference as well. But I do agree with you. I do think we're going to get a Stewie Aaliyah Edwards final. And it might just be my affinity for Shakira Austin. I just don't want to completely dismiss the possibility of Shakira Austin getting the plus 2. I remember they were teammates on the Mystics together. So like they know each other well. They do know each other well. We have seen them go at it a little bit during the Unrivaled season in like games that their teams have played against each other. So I don't want to completely wash it. Like, I don't want to say it's like a complete wash, but I do agree with you. I do think Stewie and Aaliyah Edwards is going to be a good final for Pod D, which is great because we know Stewie's not going to let herself get blanked again like she did in round 1 last year. So, and Aaliyah Edwards is better now than she was then. So I think that one's going to be a really good final for Pod D. But I'm excited, bro. We got all this stuff tonight, man. I am pumped. So many great matchups tonight.
I just love one-on-one basketball. I just love seeing the skill sets on display. I just love it. So, I mean, who do you think looks the most unstoppable through round 1? I mean, who do you have your eyes on as like, okay, they look like they're ready for a run?
I'm actually going to steal your Pod B clip now to play this because the person I think is most unstoppable is in that Pod B. Give me Jackie Young versus Chelsea Gray first round, actually. I don't know how it is. Just give that to me. Just give that to me, and I'll be good. This is insane. That's a bloodbath.
Whoever comes out of Pod B is battle tested, to your point.
For sure.
Like, you got to deal with the Rican. Brittany Sykes, people. Brittany Sykes. She is like, she's coming for everything. Crazy. She going crazy. She could guard you and she could score it, Treese. Like Brittany Sykes, she's probably my like sleeper out of that pod. But like the fact that you've got Tiffany Hayes, we know how Tiffany Hayes and Natasha Cloud are gonna prepare whoever comes out of that pod to win the whole thing.
Shout out Chicago Cheetah tapping in with us during the live. Shakira Austin is the better player, and I think she's a more tougher player, and I think that matters here. That's that. She is tougher.
In this setting, I don't know if we could say she's better. Aaliyah Edwards
just in the one-on-one setting. I do think she is I don't even know if she's better just in general, even in a regular setting.
I think 5-on-5 is totally different. In this setting, 1-on-1, I don't think you could say she's better than Aaliyah Edwards. Looks like one of the best players in the league in 1-on-1.
She does.
She looks literally, she's getting mentoring from Fee herself, who she lost to in the final last year. Like Fee is taking her under her wing. Like she's looking like a baby Fee almost out there. Like it's really crazy.
For sure. So I think the most unstoppable player right now is Enrique. And I think it goes back to, like, again, when you're talking about the array of shots, like not every shot was the same. Right. She didn't get to every shot the same way.
Right.
And I think the combination of her quickness and her just ability to, it's like that controlled chaos I'm always talking to you about. Like, she is going to be hard to stop no matter who the opponent, like even for someone like Paige. Again, I think Paige is a pretty solid defender. No, I'm not, I'm not. I don't want to fall into the two-way Paige trap or anything like that. But like, I think Paige is a good defender. I don't think Paige necessarily is going to have any problems staying in front of Enrique because of just her IQ on defense. But Enrique, doesn't matter if you're in front of her or not. Like she's going to get her shot off.
Exactly.
She's going to get her shot off. So like, I'm watching her. I'm like, bro, like she's such a great, tough shot maker. Like such a great bad shot maker. Even like there's shots that Enrique takes where you're like, there's no reason why someone should be taking that shot unless it's Enrique, because she does it so well and she's doing it consistently, right? I just think that aspect of it is what makes her so unstoppable, right? Like I think there are some players who matchup wise are going to look unstoppable just because like they have an advantage in their matchup. I don't think there is if she does beat Paige, I don't think there's another person in the tournament left that I would look at and say Enrique has no shot just off the strength of her ability to get to her spot and get her shot off and knock it down more often than not. Like she looked really, and also too, to do that against a player in Brittany Sykes, who is one of the better wing defenders to do that against a player like that makes me think if she could do that to Brittany Sykes, like she could do that to possibly anybody. So I'm going to say Enrique. I think Enrique looked the most unstoppable after round one for sure.
Yeah, I think she the people she would have the most problems against are like the people that she had to face last year, which she lost to Aaliyah Edwards 11-2 in the semifinal last year. And like the bigs are where you had like Enrique as a small guard, like a big will have a problem guarding her, but like that's where she has the most disadvantage against other guards. Like there's no guard, like she could get her shot up, but like that's where the guards against bigs thing is where things can get dicey for a guard. If the big is someone like, again, Aaliyah Edwards, who can be like a guard, but she's big enough to like just have the size advantage against you. So like the versatility and the size and the stamina and the shot making ability, like all the combination of those things. I'm just like Aaliyah Edwards, man. She looks the most unstoppable to me. And again, I think matchups, those first round matchups matter in terms of how we say that. Because, you know, we all know Paige is like kind of a favorite coming in, you know, you had projected early on, you felt like Paige is going to win this whole thing.
I do, even though I think Arike is the most unstoppable right now, I do still feel that way.
You still think Paige is going to win it?
I think the only reason why I'm not saying Paige is most unstoppable is because of who her first round matchup was.
Right.
And again, that's no disrespect to Kate Martin. Yeah. But again, for Arike to do what she did to Brittany Sykes, who is one of the best wing defenders in the league, that means something to me. If there's anybody who can stop Arike, it's Paige. That's why I'm really excited for this second round matchup, because Paige, I think Paige has all of the same offensive ability as far as like getting to her spots, knocking her shots down, shooting over her opponent, right? But also she has the ability on defense to stay in front of someone like Arike just enough to maybe alter a shot, kind of force her into an awkward, awkward getting the shot off, things of that nature, and can capitalize off of it. But also, too, as we know, once Paige gets going, I mean, this make it take it format, bro. Like if Paige can really get going and string 2 or 3, like you look up and it's like an Arike thing. She's gone on a 9-0 run by herself because once that blood gets flowing, she gets going, and that's all that could be all she wrote. So that's why this one's really interesting. But I do still think Paige can win it. But like I said, Arike right now just she made it look easy against Brittany Sykes, bro.
She looked like just ready. Like, and again, certain players just in that format you could tell she's played a lot of one-on-one. She knows her one-on-one. And we know she's a bucket. So yeah, I think, like some of the things you said are interesting because it's like the same. Arike and Paige could be doing the same thing, right? They could each go for 2-3 in a row. They can both hit the 3. They can both go off the dribble. Like whoever's really locked in defensively, that's going to be a defensive intensity game. Heat checks I think are important too. Like Chelsea Gray is probably the most heat check type player, in this tournament. And like, again, she hit 3 threes in a row to beat Natasha Cloud down the stretch when she was down, right? Did Natasha Cloud have game? It was like
she was down 10-5.
It was 10-5. She hit 3 threes in a row. And Natasha Cloud, again, she had her opportunities. She had shots where she could have put it away. But yeah, that heat check wave again, Chelsea Gray battle tested, had to come back from behind, hit 3 threes in a row to win her first game. So that momentum is something. Last thing I want to pose to you: what is the unrivaled secret in your prediction? What is this big secret that they're promoting that everyone started with a Stewie thread and now they're doing marketing around it? Everyone's talking about this secret.
Damn. So I honestly did think the unrivaled secret was Angel was coming back, but they just flat out announced that. So
right.
It was like, it's like whatever you think it ain't this. Nah, bro. I think they're gonna announce something about another season.
Another season. Okay.
Either another season or another city sooner than we expected. I think it's got to be something like that. Like I think between now, again, I'm not trying to add fuel or gasoline to the whole conflict of interest fire. I'm not. But with Stewie saying when she said on her pod with Miles Turner the other day about how like they don't want to sit out, but they will, right? And now we're talking about unrivaled secret. I saw a post on Twitter, I think it was the other day, where it's like, again, like the draft is supposed to be 2 months from today, April 13th. Season's supposed to start May 8th. And if they're going to get a CBA done, they were like, it needs to kind of happen around this time so they can still do the expansion drafts, still have free agency, still do the draft. Like I think the unrivaled secret is that they're going to have a season in the summer. That's what I think. And I think they're preparing for that. It's either they're going to go to another city or it's unrivaled season 3 is going to be this summer. They're going to take 2 months off. Like we talking about with Treese, they're going to take 2 months off. They're going to have the first ever unrivaled draft, like for college players, like a draft, and have another unrivaled season. That's what I think the secret is. Because, like, again, I thought it was going to be Angel, but they just flat. It's almost like I don't know why we keep leaning into like this WWE stuff lately, but it's almost like Royal Rumble season. Like you think someone's going to like be a surprise entrant because it's the Royal Rumble, and then like announce that someone who's coming off of injury is already coming back. So like, okay, so it's not this person, but they do have somebody in the tuck waiting to come out to kind of blow. I think it's that. Like they wanted to get Angel out the way. Like Angel's coming back. That is not our surprise. There's something bigger than Angel coming back.
Right.
So
yeah,
a third season in the summer. That's
and I wouldn't consider that much of a secret because she was teasing that on her podcast anyway. Most people expected that she might come back. So I wasn't thinking that. I do think the strongest predictions are either another city or extending the season.
What do you think that city might be if they do another city?
Maybe people have been saying maybe one of the expansion cities, like maybe Toronto.
Like
or
Toronto, or Portland?
Or Portland, something like that. I tend to think that that's like too easy or too obvious. So I try to think outside the box as like, if it were an individual if that were joining, like who could that be? If it's a secret and they're doing all this promotion around it and they're trying to make people excited about what this little secret like either a person or maybe a sponsor. I don't know.
Who might that person be, do you think?
Well, I think the obvious choice to make it worthwhile would be Caitlyn. I mean, that would be pretty major. That would be a pretty major announcement.
Yeah, but then they would say Caitlyn saving the unrivaled, and then we'd have to deal with that all over again.
Yeah, well, we would, but that's another easy battle because like they've had a lot of success up to this point, so it's not
without
like
her. No,
that's not a desperation thing. It's more of just adding to the momentum. But man, that would be
Caitlyn is
especially because I mentioned it last week with Tree. I said like they know their leverage and their bargaining chips in this CBA. Nafisa and Brianna, they are not shy, and NECA, like I don't think they're shy about making it known like, hey, our product, we know why our product is booming right now. A lot of it is because of these new young stars coming up.
Yeah.
Leverage wise, that would be a major power play if they somehow, I don't think it's Caitlyn. I don't think that's what it's going to be. I don't know if she'll ever do Unrivaled. I hope she does.
Do you think Caitlyn is a unrivaled player?
Yeah. 3-on-3.
You think she would be good in the, okay.
Oh yeah. You put her with the right couple of people. Like oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah.
Just because of like the pace and the,
for sure. Yeah. I mean, her shooting and her passing, I mean, in that format, she would be a nightmare, honestly. Again, with the right teammates. And the last thing I'll say on that, Marcus, Paige is on display this offseason with Unrivaled. And not to do the whole Paige versus Caitlyn thing. And, I saw a clip from Paige recently talking about how, her and Caitlyn are cool. People are always trying to pit them against each other. We don't hate each other. I don't care.
I bet.
I do not care if y'all don't like each other or not. And guess who else doesn't care? Your fans. A lot, not all of them, but a lot of your fans will be at war for the next decade because the Paige people think she's better than Caitlyn, and the Caitlyn people are sick of the Paige people thinking that Paige is better than Caitlyn. So it's there, and your careers are side by side, whether you like it or not, girl. The rivalry is real, whether it's real or not. Like, I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Paige is getting all this notoriety, recognition, even just her game is on display more for people to see and watch and be like, oh, she really is the one. Maybe she is about to become the best player in the WNBA. It goes back to things I had mentioned on an episode months ago when I said, listen, if Paige is going to become the best player in the WNBA, certain things kind of have to fall in place.
Yeah.
One of them is Caitlyn can't surpass her. They are neck and neck, whether they like it, realize it or not. It's just it's going to be a thing. So I just find that interesting that, and I would assume that Caitlyn is, obviously working on her game and in the gym, she's working out, she's doing, but I don't know. I think Caitlyn's got, especially with her missing a lot of time last year and stuff, like she's got to come in looking to really make a statement this season because frankly, I think people are even somewhat forgetting about, and I've somehow become the Caitlin Clark defender on this show now because we don't seem to give her enough credit, but people seem to have forgotten what she can do and who she is, and God bless them if they're acting like they forgot what she can do.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I would be interested to see. My only thing, bro, is with the 3-on-3 thing, and like they talk about it a lot on the broadcast, and even like just you and I talked about it before. We talked about it with Treese. You can't hide defensively in 3-on-3. And I agree with you from the offensive standpoint, like in that, especially because they do go up and down a lot more. The pace is a lot quicker than standard 5-on-5. Obviously, we know she can still shoot the lights out. Like all of that, I'm not worried about. I'm just worried about even more so in an unrivaled setting than in a 5-on-5 setting. They're going to look for Caitlin. They're going to ISO Caitlin. As we've talked about, you can't send help 3v3. You just can't do that. Like you kind of have to. So that would be my only concern for Caitlin in the 3-on-3 setting is being able to be I don't like when people call players cones on defense, but like being able to be a little bit more.
No, yeah. She's gonna have to guard. She's gonna have to guard. And
she's
frankly,
gonna have to guard.
That's why she should take a run at Unrivaled to work on her defense. Frankly,
baptism by fire.
Maybe you run from it because you don't want to get exposed, but like the other side of it is
run to it
so you can get more reps defensively and buck up a little bit. So yeah, I think it should be. I mean, I hope she does.
If there's ever a reason, if you sit down and do like a cost benefit analysis, if you're Caitlin Clark, of why you should join Unrivaled to become a better defender would be at the top of the list.
I would think so. I think that it's to her benefit in many different ways.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, look, it is always a pleasure to talk women's basketball with my guy, Martin Soaries. And it's always more better to do it on Protect Our Queens right here. And it's even better to do it at the top of the morning. So happy Friday to you all. If you guys were tuning with us live, we appreciate you. If you were tuning with us on the playback, we appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to Basketball Society so you don't miss any other amazing content. And make sure you tap in with us tomorrow morning. At this time, 9 o'clock, we are going to talk about the much anticipated, much expected, much hyped South Carolina LSU matchup that is taking place tomorrow night on Valentine's Day. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow morning. So make sure you're right back here, same spot, 1 hour later to talk about that with us. So for my guy, Martin Soaries, founder of Basketball Society, I am Marcus of the Protect Our Queens podcast. Signing off. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, you enjoy yourselves some women's basketball.